Life is beautiful. Each and every life is beautiful. And the opportunity to bring life into this world is an incredible privilege. On December 4th, 2008, I gave birth to our firstborn, a beautiful baby boy named Liam. He was born with a clubbed foot. Now this didn't come as a surprise. At our 20-week ultrasound, the tech pointed it out. And I remember instantly tearing up when she gave us the news. My dreams for a perfect, strong, normal, healthy child already started to come crashing down. And I was very disappointed and began preparing myself for weeks and months of casting and maybe years of wearing braces to correct his foot. And I wondered if he'd ever be able to crawl or walk or run.
Life with Liam has been full of surprises and curveballs right from day one, the day of his birth. He decided to come out 22 days early. So Erin called me from the hospital on December 3rd in Franklin to say that her water broke and that she was going into the hospital. They were going to induce her at midnight. Which really wasn't a big deal, except that I was in St. Louis about to go on stage for the first show of a 12-show Christmas tour we were doing. So I played half the show. I severely twisted my ankle getting off the drum riser in the dark, and then had a friend drive me the 5 hours through a freak snowstorm in St. Louis to the hospital. So I limped my way into the hospital, towing my suitcase, and the only request I had of the nurses was for a bucket of ice to ice my swollen ankle. So there I was, my ankle in a bucket of ice, sitting beside the bed, massaging Erin's back in between contractions, falling asleep in between those contractions, and getting an elbow to the side of the head when the next one came. But when Liam was born, all was forgotten.
We put together a playlist of songs while I labored. The song that was playing the moment that I was able to first hold Liam was called Calmer of the Storm. The chorus goes like this. Teach me, Lord, to have faith in what you're bringing me. Will change my life and bring you glory. There on the storm, I am learning to let go of the will that I so long to control. There may I be in your arms eternally. I thank you, Lord, you are the calmer of the storm. I don't believe this timing was an accident. Rather, it was a moment ordained by God. Little did I know how appropriate those words would be. Because 5 hours later, Liam threw us another curveball. The pediatrician on call came in and sat down and explained that there were many markers of Down syndrome. He had a single crease in his hand, he had extra skin on the back of his neck, he had, all these things that I didn't see, low muscle tone, and my first thought was, no, he's fine, no. I didn't believe him. But deep down, I knew he was right. And then devastation started to sink in, and all of a sudden the club foot was no big deal. It was like I needed to wake up from a dream. I'm sure many of you have been there. I was in the middle of the happiest and the worst day of my life. I didn't know anyone with Down syndrome. I was afraid. I remember having this thought many times. How will I even bring him out in public? What will people think? Will they just stare at him and feel bad for me? What will they see when they look at him? Will they see how beautiful he is, or will they just see Down syndrome? Now, I didn't want to talk to anyone. I just wanted to hide.
We found ourselves in a season of conflicting emotions. We knew we should be thrilled. Our family of 2 was now 3. Liam had arrived and he was beautiful. But I was facing the reality that after spending 9 months of dreaming about the experiences that I would have with my son, my firstborn, a son, that many of those dreams, if not all of them, would not come to fruition. I had to have time and had to take time to grieve the loss of those dreams and learn to dream new ones. And what made things worse was the response of our family and friends. They wanted to be excited for us. They didn't know how to respond. They wanted to be excited, but they wanted to give us words of encouragement and comfort. And all too often, their attempts, well-intended attempts, fell short and compounded the despair. I will never forget the day that changed for me. Liam was 2 months old, roughly, and I was on the road doing a few shows. One particular night at the post-show signing, somebody introduced me, or found out that we had a son with Downs, and introduced me to a gentleman who was at the show. The instant I told him about Liam, his whole being lit up. "Congratulations, that's fantastic," he exclaimed. He slapped me on the back. He turned to his wife, who was across the room, and said, "Hey, honey, come over here. Come meet Jeremy. He and his wife just had a son with Downs." Their joy and excitement for me was life-changing. I had never encountered that reaction before. Together, they made me feel like I had just won $1 million. It turns out they had a child with Downs, and then just loved the contribution that child made to their family, and ended up adopting another 2 children with Downs. They spoke life into my hurting, confused soul that night, and I vowed to do the same for others.
This is why I am so thankful for a place like Gigi's. Had Gigi's existed when Liam was born, I would have had a refuge from the start, a place where I could bring Liam and know that he would instantly be a rock star and he would be accepted for who he was, and his extra chromosome would be cause for celebration. I love what Gigi's can offer new moms, because before they even get in the door, they're greeted by a huge smiling face of a child with Down syndrome. They can meet other moms who are going through the exact same thing, and they can feel the love and joy from moms who've gone before them. I wish Gigi's was here when Liam was born, but I'm so thankful it's here now. And now I have a place to get help as Liam grows, and a place to connect with other families who share the same highs and lows as we do, and help welcome extra special kids and celebrate their addition to this chorus of life. And thanks to Gigi's Playhouse, we have the opportunity from the very beginning to surround these families and give them help and hope. We can be a part of teaching them that life is wonderful and it's an amazing gift, and that our extra special kiddos are beautiful and do indeed have a voice.